Yeah, thanks, Mikhail. And I can make it very short in 10 seconds. What are we doing? We're doing what NSA is doing, but commercially. Right, so I hope I have now your attention. Qumram, what is the story? I think Barclays explained very well what the situation today in the market is, right, for financial service, and you heard that today probably from the morning till to the evening, right? It's about regulations and about digital transformation. Very simple, one sentence. Organizations today walk a really fine line between taking risks, right, and getting rewards. And there's often kind of that slowdown in innovation and digital transformation, which is blamed on the legal compliance department. And on the other side, right, compliance and legal department blames kind of the digital guy, right, to be cowboys and not taking risks. And let's be honest, right, many of the people and many of the companies you saw today are on the right-hand side, right, fintechs, and most of them are illegal, almost illegal on their way. I think they're not taking enough effect on the compliance side. So compliance affecting customer experience. You live that today. If you go outside, right, just watch around, you see the cameras recording when you're entering a bank, a branch. Everyone is used to that, right? The first thing you hear when you go and you call a bank is, right, that nice voice which is telling you, hey, your voice or your phone call is recorded, right? Everyone knows that. But what is on the digital channels? What are the banks doing? Most of the banks today don't have a proper way to really record what's happening on the digital channels. What have we communicated, when, to whom, right, in which form, and what did that person consume? So it's a must, right? It's a must-have. Take just that part out of MiFID II, right? But you can go and you can look to CFPA in US, FFCA in Switzerland, and so on, right? It clearly says not only the phone conversation needs to be captured, or the in-person meetings. The German knows that very well, Beratungsprotokoll, right, which needs to come in. But it's all about the communications, which are really from the beginning to the end till someone is making a trade, needs to be captured, needs to be kept, and right, for 5 years to show it back to the client, or 7 years for the regulators. So what is Qumram doing? We're recording everything what's happening on the web, on mobile, native mobile apps, on social media. We're capturing that in a form so that it is compliant, legally admissible records, right? So that you can comply with MiFID II, CFPA, SEC 17A4, right, for the US guys or the people which are active in the US. You can replay that session. We're going to show how that's going to look like, and you can really experience the customer experience, and we can analyze the data. So, Patrick, up to you. Can we show the video?
Thank you very much for your introduction, Patrick. It's always the best to really see the system live, that you can get an impression of how it looks like. It always starts with finding relevant session. It always starts with a search. In this specific example, we go for the session of George. This is first a mobile session. It's a session captured on the iPhone. This can be a hybrid application or can be a native application. We then do the replay of this session. We do exactly see what happened during this session. On the top, you see how one page of the other he has visited. Once we are done, we switch in the customer journey, because we do have the entire customer journey. We can take a look at the mobile version. Here we got another session, a 7-minute session, captured in Chrome. And also there, we can do the replay of this session. This is now the maximum of what you see, with all the mouse movements, all the keystrokes, all the scrolling. Due to a privacy law, we can of course configure this to the situation in the country, that we do not record all the stuff and decide just to put a specific focus. As Patrick said, it's all about ensuring compliance. We got this seamless, we got all the mouse movements, all the scrolls, and also if someone is hesitating, for instance. Switching over, a hot topic at the moment, social media. We have a lot of banks telling us we want to do communication on the channel the customers are on. Is LinkedIn, is WhatsApp, whatever. We are now with Qumram capable of doing as well recording of a LinkedIn session, doing recording of a WhatsApp session, just in order, if there is some consultancy on that way, relationship manager together with Patrick, we do as well capture this information and put it to the site, legal advisable. In addition, we do have several dashboards. Just one example of a compliance dashboard. We do have other dashboards. We do very often integrate our data into other systems. And that was it, just the first impression of Qumram.
Thank you, Patrick. So how is it used, or for what is it used? Our customers are calling us mostly to ensure compliance, right, to make sure. It just needs to be captured, right? It's a must-have. The other one, because we really see into the behavioral kind of user behavior, it's all about potential fraud detection and fraud prevention. We've been using that, or UBS is using that internally for monitoring employees which are accessing CIDs, customer identifying data. But on the other side, you saw it, right? It's about customer experience. You really can see the customer experience. We have banks which are using it in their call center, right? When people are calling and says the application doesn't work, right? Could you fix it? Right, the stupid questions about where are you, what have you tried, and so on, they can open the session. So it's really about protecting the valuation, reduce the cost, and increase the revenue. And why do we believe in our clients' success at the end? In our success is digitization is on the fast track, right? There's more to come. I mean, it's not for us just kind of the existing players, the banks. It's every fintech players needs to be regulatory compliant. Regulations are increasing. Personal liabilities of top management is increasing. That drives our business. And we see an increase in cyber fraud, right? So documenting identity theft, documenting all of that, right, is an important topic. You saw some of our customers, right? UBS, Russell Investment in US, right? Large organizations already are using us. And thanks for listening.
Well, thank you for presenting. I don't know if we have a few questions from the judges.
Yes, thank you. I thought I had a sharp question prepared. How do you capture text messages? But you already covered that. But I'm still puzzled if a banker communicates via its private WhatsApp or LinkedIn. How do you capture that communication?
Yeah, what we're doing is, right, we have a forward proxy within the environment of the bank, means that every employee which is going out of the internal systems, right, on Dropbox, on whatever, right, is automatically recorded. What we can do is we can even ingest that when a person is opening that application, right, that he's informed in a big kind of red color, you're recorded in that moment, right? So with that, today often the policy is internally you're not allowed to use kind of the social media channels. But very often kind of the employees are doing it still, right? And we can say, look, open it, right? You just need to know when you open it, right? You're recorded.
And maybe what's your experience with that? Because that also is also a little bit privacy sensitive.
Look, it's
already banks doing that.
It's not about privacy, right? I mean, the clients today, or at least our clients in the banking, say it's not allowed, right? That's the policy. So now it's allowed. Right, but you're recorded, so it's your choice at the end if you want to do it or not, right? So, is there a privacy issue? There's a compliance need behind it, right? MiFID II says clearly you need to control the channels, right, where you're communicating with the customer. So your excuse is always going to be, look, I'm losing the banking license if I'm not doing it, right? So either your choice is do nothing or do and you're recorded. Your choice.
Do you install hardware?
No, no hardware has to be installed. This is like a so-called interceptor on the server who is tracking all the HTTP traffic, and we do inject on the fly a little script into the application just to get all the DOM manipulation, of course.
And then the hardware for running our system at the end, right, which is the servers kind of to process it at the end. But really to capture it, right, that runs where the SSL termination sits, means we're the only one supporting the new SSL encryption method like Diffie-Hellman algorithms and so on, right? So, yeah.
So I may have missed it. Can someone have a second phone, or would you know that it's browsing for a page?
No, if someone if someone really wants to do fraud, right, and is taking his wife's computer or at home to do it, right, you can't record that, right? You have no control over it. But in the moment he's on your kind of environment, right, he works with the company computer and right, and even not the building, right? At the end, it's about your VPN. Every bank employee is connecting right through the network, and in that moment when he's in, right, he goes through the forward proxy, and then you're recording him. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much for a great presentation.
Thank you. Thank you.